Mark, first of all, commiserations after that. Upon last weekend, it was a case of maybe the first half not starting the way you would have liked. Today, it was a better start, wasn't it? And maybe the second half.
I think when we went to 10 men, we just didn't create enough chances, we didn't get up the park often enough in mass and really create clear-cut chances. So that would be the disappointment. With 11 men each on the park, we looked, I felt, the more likely team. We made a lot of chances in terms of balls across the face. It looked as if, and then when they went down to 10, of course, even more so. We had a little bit of an advantage there, and then the levelling up of the numbers, brought the game even again. And I thought it was, although they had a lot of possession at times in the second half across the front of us, it was only after they scored really that, and we went to 2 up front in a game like that we looked a little bit more open. But there's a lot of good. There was a great spirit. I think we started the game really, really well. We passed the ball well enough. We got the ball out in wide areas. We switched to play. We got behind them. We got crosses in. We got balls across the face. We've done everything you'd want apart from put the ball in the back of the net. So, what I've said really is that, I don't think we're far away. I think that, we've got a lot going for us that we can take positively into the next, the upcoming games. And, Tuesday night can't come quickly enough for me. I think we've got the makings of something. We've got a few boys coming in, came in. We've got ones coming back. We've got Jacob Blythe coming back, of course. Lucas coming back. So I think in terms of squad, we're probably as strong as we've been all season. So I don't think we should worry. I think that we will win more games than we'll lose if we approach it in that way.
There's a lot made of the way that Rangers keep possession and play the ball, but after half time it was even possession, 50-50. Are you pleased with the way the boys took the game to Rangers in that sense and played them all at their own style?
Yeah, and that's what we wanted to do. We wanted to mix it up a little bit, and with 2 players in the park like Scotty and Multi, you can do that. When it goes down to 1, it becomes a little bit more difficult. Their 2 centre-halves are decent, and Multi found it difficult, although he works tirelessly. His attitude is just phenomenal. But I think that in terms of the game up to that stage was okay. I think that we were well in the game. I think second half equally. I think that we, until the goal, as I say, it was a case of who gets the first goal wins the game. I think, but ultimately they were getting more opportunities around their 18-yard box than we were getting around about theirs, and there was maybe an inevitability about it that we couldn't get out. But I don't think it was all bad.
It can almost be almost too early to ask you about some decisions straight after the match like this, but what have you made of the red cards, and especially Kieran's yellow that perhaps could have been a red on another day too?
Yeah, it could have been. Scotty's could have been a yellow. The other one, both of them, Scotty's one and the boy across, the Rangers player that got sent off, is too far away. I don't really see how bad it was, but the referee was close. The one right here, I've kind of looked past Scotty because I've seen him take his touch, and I think the ball's going to be switched to the other side of the park, and I'm looking at the possibility of counter-attack. So I've kind of looked away just at the last second, so I've not really seen the full meat of it. Scotty claims that the ball got away from him a wee bit, and he lunged to win it, but he went for the ball and he didn't go with any intent, and he feels he was unfortunate.
In terms of league results, Mark, it's been a good run. Obviously not the result today, but the performance was there. Game on Tuesday, then quickly back into Saturday. You excited about getting back into things?
Yeah, I've got no fears of it, that's for sure. I've got a group of players here who are determined. They've shown that today. We weren't good enough to get at the first goal, with the 10 men in particular. But it doesn't make us a bad side. We've got a lot going for us. We've got the new boys coming in. We've got boys coming back. We've got boys that are back that are getting stronger every week. Carl McGhee again today, phenomenal performance. Craig Clay, covered every blade of the glass. We've still got Laz on the side. He was unlucky to be left out today, and he'll be upset about that. But we've got a good, strong squad, as strong a squad we've had all season, and I think we should roll our sleeves up and just look to finish the season strongly.
And just on a final note, Mark, upon looking at the team sheets, the bench is one of the strongest we've had this season, and looking forward. Let's just talk about the new boys quickly. How have they settled in this week? I know it's early doors.
Yeah, well, Zach's not, only met us in the dressing room before the game, so we put him on the bench, and I was a bit reluctant to put him on without actually training. It would have been unfair, but we've introduced him to the squad. We've introduced him to the crowd in a sense. Elliott's went on. He had a couple of touches. He'd be disappointed maybe with 1 or 2 of his touches, but the lad's just on in a big game, and at least he's had an introduction. So he is, a wide player who'll take people on. He'll get crosses in the box and he'll create chances. So we'll look forward to his contribution.
Well, we look forward to seeing you Tuesday. Cheers, Mark.